Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the mountain. Well, Uber is back on Come On Mountain. Woo, and that makes me happy, guys. I was not feeling it with Uber being off the mountain, but she is back. She is cleaned, she has been serviced, she has been fixed, and she is ready to dig. As soon as I took it off the trailer yesterday, I went ahead and dug up one of the stumps just because I was so happy to have it back. And I've already got it backed up to the next three that I'm about to tackle, and we got a whole bunch more to get done. Plus I got some on the other side of the cabin, in the front of the cabin, by the other shed, and a little bit in the backyard that I need to get out. So that's what we're going to be doing today, is digging up stumps and digging in the dirt. But I'm looking forward to it. I wanted to see if leaving the stumps a little bit taller would make a difference with being able to push them out of the ground after I dig around them a little bit. And so far, the first one that I did right there came out in about 10 minutes. Now granted, it was not that big a one. It was one of the smaller pine trees. It was a little bit smaller than that one right there. So hopefully the bigger ones ain't too difficult, but I think having that extra leverage is going to make a huge difference. We're getting these stumps up. I lost a little bit of board feet as far as what I could mill, but time is money, and I ended up with a whole lot of material over there either way. So far I'm happy with the decision to leave them a little bit longer. All right, guys, well, let's not talk about it, let's be about it. Let's get it. Well, gotta grab the chainsaw. I was trying to reposition and something went up into my fan. Hopefully I didn't break nothing. I didn't even see it. All right, I think I got lucky. It didn't hit the radiator. It was catching the fan and making all kinds of noise. That's why I hurried up and shut it off. It is a plastic fan, but it doesn't look like it cracked it or anything. Whew, that could have been bad. Just got Uber back and already broke it. Whew. Yeah, don't want that, don't want that. All right, let's get back at it. I knew those three grouped together was going to be a pain in the rump shaker, and they was. But I got the big boy pushed over there. Believe it or not, that was the easiest one. But these two medium ones that were entangled with each other was a beast. But Uber got it. I've already put one over there with the other stump from yesterday. Look at this hole, guys. So now I got to get them out of the hole and then push some of the dirt back in there. I'm not worrying about grading it and all right now. Until after I get all the stumps up, then I'll put the bucket on and start leveling everything out. But I am happy to at least have this part done so far. We're getting there. That's 3 stumps up. 3 stumps up. 9 million more to go. All right, guys, let's fire Uber back up and get them out the hole. Man, that was a big hole and some big old stumps. Whew, I almost got uber stuck. That's as close as I've ever been to getting uber stuck. It was buried down in there. I went ahead and pushed some of the dirt up in there for now, just so I don't have some real big holes to worry about falling in when I dig up these right here. And also it was a little sketchy, guys, because I got 2 widowmakers up there just hanging from when we cut the trees down. These were some heavy stumps with all this wet clay wrapped around them. Once it dries off a little bit, I will knock the rest of the dirt off, and then I'll put these in their final location. There's no point in me trying to carry them while they're so heavy way over there to where the burn thing is. But so far, 4 up, guys. We got the first row gone, and it's still somewhat pretty early in the morning. I'm going to start with that cherry tree back there and work my way down this line, and then get on these 2 biggest ones that I got to do and work my way back to the smallest ones. So far so good. I am going to have a lot of back blading and grading to do though, to get all of this back level and to make it where water doesn't pull up, so I can get some good green grass growing. And also, this is gonna be my parking lot area, so I'll be bringing in rock and stuff for that. All right, let's get this cherry tree dug up. I have no idea if it's gonna be easy or hard. I've never dug up a cherry tree before, but we're about to find out. Got Uber in position. Go ahead and put the outriggers down. Get the cameras turned on, and let's get it out. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the mountain. Well, where we left off, I broke Uber again. But today I got Gary here.
Oh yeah.
Hood's already up on the tractor. I took the old belt off. We ran up to the parts store. They didn't have the exact one, but one pretty close that will actually do the trick, because it's going to take a week to actually get the right belt for it. Yeah, so I went ahead and ordered one of those. And we're going to put this one on, an industrial belt. It is thick, it will work, and it'll probably work forever and ever, amen. But I'm going to go ahead and order the other one just in case. And it never hurts to have extra belts and spare parts around when you're running heavy equipment, because it's going to break. If you work it, unlike Tim, it will break. When you use your equipment, things break. Of course, we got the supervisor over here coming to check in. I'm gonna tell you, Ryder and Gary, there's a thing going on there, guys. When Gary is on the mountain, Ryder stays right there supervising and making sure he is doing everything that he is supposed to and by the book. When Gary was here about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and we was cutting down all of these trees, when he was sharpening his saw, man, Ryder was on it. Ryder definitely made sure that those teeth were properly sharpened. Yep. All right, guys, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and figure this out. This is a very weird type system that they got. There's no tensioner pulleys. There's no way to really tighten this belt.
This is their tightening mechanism.
Yeah, that's it.
Bolt that you tighten with the flathead, and then a nut that you tighten down and make sure it don't go anywhere.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, right?
I'm a little confused right now, but that's all right there on that fan pulley right there. Now will that move? Is that the is it gonna twist? It's gonna twist on us. Okay, so we gotta twist that to loosen it. It looks like. Yeah, it's got grooves on it. I see it. Okay. Okay.
So yeah, basically it's a bolt, a big old nut.
Before we do anything, let's mark that. Look.
I have Sharpies on hand on Come On Mountain because we're always marking up something. We have options. Would you like sky blue or black?
Let's do sky blue.
Because the pulley's black.
Exactly.
See, told you. We have options. It is a gorgeous day, man.
Dude, it is beautiful.
This is like perfect working weather. And look, guys, look at all the green leaves coming in on the trees now. Spring has sprung. All right, guys, we figured it out. The front part of this pulley right here is actually threaded, and you back it off. So now we got to get the belt on the other side of this fan, get it on there, and then we got to tighten this back up. This is the weirdest system I've ever seen. All right, guys, we got the bottom bolt in. Now we're gonna put the top one on. We just had to bump the motor over to line it up. It's in a slot. This is definitely one of the weirdest systems I've ever seen. This whole part right here unscrews, backs off. You feed the belt around the blade, it goes in, and then you screw it back and it pushes the belt back up tight. I would have never have dreamed that, but hey, it works, and honestly it ain't really that bad of a system. Me and Gary both agree, though, it's weird that it's a regular flathead kind of screw that's gonna screw in the part that's keeping it from backing back off. It's weird. We are not long away now. You're kind of barely on it.
Barely.
Yeah.
Okay. Hook off a little bit of the extension.
Yeah, there you go. You're in there like swimwear right now. And we all know that swimwear will get up in there. All right, let me re-tighten the radiator lid from yesterday. And in theory, guys, that should have fixed it. I gotta get some tools. Ow! Watch that first step. We're gonna want to move this. It vibrates a lot. So.
You got the other pin. Watch the head.
Yeah, Gary whomped his head right there. I mean, it was like a thump. Oh. Took him down for a minute. He was asking me, was it nighttime? Because he was seeing stars. He's like, when did it get so late? All right, let's fire it up and see how she acts.
That's pumping some coolant now.
Oh yeah. Well, guys, that fixed it. Was not too bad at all. We didn't even need our pry bars that we thought we was gonna need.
No, I needed a different tool.
Yeah.
I was all,
Hey, and believe it or not, guys, I actually had one of the tools that we needed that Gary did not have, so it literally took us both as far as tools to get this project done, because we would have never expected it. Oh, I bent that out. Bend that back in to get my hand in there. That's actually a guard. I'm glad that actually happened. Yeah.
That's insane that it got in there.
Dude, it came up through here. Through here. Man. To here. Right here is where I cut it out of. It barely missed my thing here, luckily for this.
No.
Yeah, it was crazy how it got up in there. It's just bad luck.
That's insane. Insane.
All right, guys, we decided to go ahead and get back here and mess around with the boat a little bit. I just put some brand new non-ethanol gas in there, mixed up the 2-stroke in there. Mike's about to crank up the generator. We're going to get some water going, and we're going to try to fire up the boat for the first time in a year. All right, guys, the motor fired up great. It sounds good. It's not missing. The problem is it's not peeing out the back, which means that the water pump is not picking up water. So we're going to pull this lower half off right here. This boot, I think is what they call it. And the foot, yeah, the foot. We're going to take the foot off of it and see what the water pump looks like. It should just be like a little propeller thing. It might just be clogged up. We're going to find out. Alright, so after beating on it to death, we got the foot off.
After we let it know who's boss.
There's the water pump.
Right here, this is the water pump. We gotta take 1, 2, 3, 4 off.
Alright.
Really take them out. We probably had to take the impeller off.
Now why did this all of a sudden just come off?
Beating on it.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the whole reason we was taking that off, which I didn't understand what had anything to do with this. But
I bet once we started spinning it started moving around a little bit and it popped off. Still feels nice and rubbery, you know.
Let's put that together and see.
Take it apart, put it back together.
Sometimes that's all it needs.
Like a UV blaster. Something like.
Which direction should my water pump be placed on my outboard motor?
Clean this thing up and grease it.
Trying to line it up.
Hold on before you put that on here.
Ooh, buddy.
All right, guys, it is fixed. It is peeing like it's supposed to out of there. We did add some hose clamps here to get a better connection. Me and Gary went ahead and put the prop back on. And man, I'm telling you, you just bump that key and it fires right up. This has always been a good running motor for me thus far. I don't want to jinx it, so I'm going to say thus far. But it's always been a good running motor for me, and let's hope it continues. It should. I winterized it when I was in Texas, and I also tuned it up when I was in Texas because I did take it out one time in Texas. That video is actually on this channel, And it was a real nice Lakewood Mountains that we went to. Me and Ian went there, old man bun. But I tuned it up right before that, so you can see the spark plugs are still pretty new. We're ready to go fishing, guys.
I'm ready to hit that lake.
I think we need to plan it like within the next week. What do you think?
I'm down. Shoot. You don't gotta threaten me with a good time.
I'm thinking while the kids are at school one day this week, woo, we got to go out and test it. Oh, that means I need to get my butt to Walmart and get the stickers that I need for the front, because I've already got it tagged and registered for Arkansas, and I've already got my fishing license. So ain't nothing stopping me but to do it.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, so we got Uber fixed.
Yep.
We got the boat fired up and tested and fixed. So we're ready to go fishing and digging.
Oh man, you don't gotta threaten me with a good time.
Today actually worked out pretty good, guys. The tractor ended up being not that big of a deal.
Yep.
Luckily they had the belt at that part store. That made all the difference.
Yes.
And honestly, I think we put more work on ourselves than we needed on the boat. I think really it was just that it wasn't getting a good suction with the clamps, and we took the whole foot off that joker.
Yep.
But now we know how to do that. So and it really didn't take too long, guys. It really didn't.
No.
We just had to talk our way through it. But this guy right here has got to grab the kiddos and get back to the 41.36. Still got some errands to run, but I appreciate it, brother.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Family doing what family do.
Yep.
All right, guys, I'll bring y'all back when we get into something else.